Hey y'all, Austin here with Outer World Media. Welcome back to another reading update, guys. It's been a couple weeks since I've done one of these, I believe, so I kind of wanted to hop back on here, checking with you guys, let y'all know that I'm doing good. Just been kind of crazy busy with work, stuff outside of work, as well as reading. I have been reading I would say a decent amount. Hopefully, you guys have been reading as well. So let's kind of get into it. So, starting off, guys, with what have I been reading? Well, me and Faceless are still continuing the Scott Harvath series. We are still on book 2, Path of the Assassin. I am, probably just a tad bit under the halfway mark, if not the halfway mark. Last Thursday, we discussed it and kind of put this just on hold for a bit. I am reading another book that's a pretty big chunker. So Jay was cool enough to say, hey man, let's put a pause on this for now. Not going anywhere. We have about 20 something of these that we're going to have to read over time. So let's kind of put a pause on it so you can try to put a dent in the other book that you're reading. So I greatly appreciate it. And I've told Jay, thank you a couple times at this point. But again, thank you, Jay. Again, guys, still not much of an update, like I said, for this. Still enjoying it. It's interesting, the conversations that me and Jay have been having regarding not only Scott Harvath, but other stuff, but just the aftermath of the first book and what we think may or may not happen in this. Again, kind of took a few day hiatus from kind of just communicating. So I believe we're going to pick this. I was texting Jay earlier. I believe we're going to pick this back up on Thursday. That give me a couple weeks, or I should say, week or two of just kind of putting that on hold. So, what is the big chunker that I've been reading? Well, guys, that is Joe Hill's King Sorrow. I have been doing a buddy read of this with Kevin over at Kevin Toll Reads. And this about a week and a half of reading. I'm going to say just a tad bit under 2 weeks. I am 60 something percent of the way through it, almost 70% of the way through the book. We have, I believe, about 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks to read this book, and then we are doing our live review on the 16th of this month. So stop in, check in for that. I know Kevin, and this probably will not come as a spoiler to anybody or surprise even. Kevin's already finished this book. He told me that he was reading on his Kindle as well as Audible, and I just picked it up on my Kindle, and then my wife and me happened to go to the store, and they had the physical copy of it. I told my wife, I said, I'm enjoying it so much, I have to pick up a physical copy of the book. So super excited to have this. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not really going to say a whole lot about this because, again, we are going to be doing a live review and it's going to be over an hour of talking about this book and other stuff. So I'm not really going to delve a whole lot or say a whole lot about this. What I will say is so far, before I picked the book up, I heard a lot of people say it felt like Joe Hill's version of It. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm not going to lie. And that's all I'm going to say at this point. So again, very, very much looking forward to talking about that with Kevin and whatnot. So that's kind of what's just also up on the ballot, guys, for me to read this week is try to get as much of King Sorrow done as I can. And then later this week, pick up Harvath again. I was texting Jay earlier today, actually, and told him that I am just so engrossed in King Sorrow as far as being a 800 something page book, almost 900 pages. Some people would call this a mammoth of a book, which I would have to agree, but it doesn't feel like I'm reading a mammoth of a book. And I was telling Jay, it's kind of inspired me that I want to pick up more chunkers. And what I mean by that is just books that, I normally probably wouldn't, but I can't help but not want to. And I have a couple sitting here that I'm honestly debating on picking up after finishing King Sorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Some stuff that is up on the ballot. I believe Fall of Giants by, I think that's how you say it, by Ken Follett. I also have The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett, a book that, historical fiction, very, very interesting and intriguing me. Just a tad bit under 1,000 pages. Like I said, I don't know, just kind of in the mood for a slow burn, just chunker of a book that I can just dig my teeth into and, just enjoy. Maybe even James Clavell's Shogun. I mean, this is well over 1,000 pages, over 1,100 pages actually. I don't know. I might pick those up. I might pick this back up. I actually put this down and need to pick it back up, and that is Ron Chernow's Mark Twain. I don't know. I might pick this up. I actually ended up signing up for like 6 Audible credits or whatever, half year worth of Audible credits, and ended up picking this up on there just so I can kind of listen to it and read it at the same time. And I only got about 40 pages into it, so I'd have to restart it. I don't know. Might do that. I might pick up Joe Hill's Firestarter. That's one that I've never read by Joe Hill. And again, just interested. Really want to sink my teeth into some chunkers of books. So we'll see. Like I said, first got to finish King Sorrow by Joe Hill, and then after that, Harvath is taking priority over anything else. So again, guys, that's kind of what's up on the ballot as far as that goes. Not really sure what else to say, in all honesty, for this reading update. So as always, y'all stay safe, and I will see you guys next time.